Hey, welcome to Brody Cinnamon Tech. Not too long ago, I put up a video about bass shakers. Was bass shakers a big fat yes? And absolutely, I would recommend them to anybody. My system now consists of BST-2's, Dayton BST-2's from Parts Express, and also Dayton Audio TT-2516's. The BST-2's are on my front two chairs in my cinema over here, with a Nobo Sound 2x50 amp running those, and the TT-2516's are on the four seats in the back row on the riser, with a Nobo Sound 100 watt amp, 100 watt mono running those. And I heard all great things about them. I went ahead and did it, and man, was I happy I did. It really adds another dimension to the movie. The tactile feel, it really brings you in the movie. Tactile immersion, all those big words. Yeah, all of that. It's a real awesome thing to do. One of the things I said in the video is that I would upgrade them in due time. So every once in a while, I would go out, take a look on Parts Express or Amazon to see what's happening on there. The other night, I was looking around and saw BST-1's. They were open box, but they had 7 of them. The normal price on the BST-1's are $57, $57.99, I believe, on Amazon. You might be able to get them a little cheaper on Parts Express. These guys were $23 a piece. $23. So, needless to say, needless to say, this happened. Poof. So, ordered these guys up. I'm definitely going to install them. I'm hoping that they're a bit more controllable with this. I might have to add more power. I don't know. But that's a video for another time. Also, these boxes are a bit busted up. They were open boxes and they've been retaped. So I got to open them up and see what's going to happen. I'm going to unbox one right now and see what it looks like. All right, so this box is a little rough. I'll go ahead and do this box right here. Hopefully everything's all good in it. Trusty box cutter. And here we go. These guys. Oh, another thing. Some people seem to have an issue with it, but when I mounted my bass shakers before, I did it with zip ties. And the zip ties have been working just great with the ones I have. Now with these big boys, I don't know. I'm going to give it a try for a minute. If not, I have another idea of how I'm going to mount them. Remember, I said on the other video that my chairs are some really old zero gravity recliners. They have a big steel metal frame in the bottom. The wood that I had cut fit right in between a couple of beams and locked on a bracket. So it wasn't moving. And with the zip ties, it kept it still in there. So I don't know how that's going to work out. So I'm going to fold it up. Instruction manual. All right, let me pull this thing out of here and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks good. All right, so here we go. Of course, I'm not going to do all of them. This has been out, but yeah, it looks brand new. It's still got the rubber on top, and this hasn't done anything. So, all right, I'm going to start installing these guys, and I'll definitely be back in another video, let you know how they made out. Also, I've been doing a pretty good bit of stuff down here. I have another video that should be being posted soon about new receiver day. I got a new receiver, Pioneer Elite VSX L505. I also went from a 5.4.2 system to a 7.4.4 system, and added some more elect speakers. So we'll be talking about that. It's going to be a lot to talk about. So they're installed. How the install go? It went great. Basically, all the work was done before. All I had to do was take the old bass shakers off and put the new ones in. Of course, they required me to drill new holes. That's not that big of a deal. Of course, in the old video I put up, that I had installed a board for each bass shaker. It's about 10.5 inches long, 6 inches wide, 3/4 of an inch deep. I have zero gravity recliners, and the zero gravity recliners have these two big beams, and they have brackets that hold the front of the chair on. When I put these boards in there, they lock into place. So what I was able to do, instead of using C-clamps like I thought I was going to on the 1.5 inch or 1.25 inch beams that go across, I was able to use zip ties to hold these things down. And it's worked great. I had one come loose, not even come loose, rattle a little bit on the back chair. What I did was I doubled them up, and that was last year, and everything's been perfect since. The one issue that I did have is that when I went to take the screws out of these, the screws had backed out on some of them. So what I did is used a little Loctite, and I think we're going to be good there. I actually had a guy ask me in the comments on the other video, did I understand physics? And no, I'm not a professor, but I got somewhat of an idea. And I'll say this, every chair is different. Every situation is different. If it works, it works. What I did works. So do a little listening and feeling of the bass shakers, and I'll be back. All right, I installed the bass shakers, the new bass shakers, the BS-1's, Dayton BS-1's. Installed them in all of my theater seats, the 2 front, the 4 back. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I used the old amps that I had, the Nobo Sound. It's right down here. The Nobo Sound 2x50 for these two. And I actually have a little mini Nobo Sound amp. I'll put a picture up here somewhere. Little mini Nobo Sound amp back there that's supposedly 100x1. I don't think so, because it's so darn small. I have that powering the 4 back there. It's a mono amp. So I used the wiring configuration to get it to come out to 4 ohms. Now, what I had before down here was 2 BS-2's. They're the lesser expensive, smaller, I think they go for about $23 a piece, Parts Express Dayton bass shakers. I had one here and one here underneath the seat. I also had the TS2516s in the back, 4 of those, and they were wired to come out in 4 ohms to that little small amp I was just talking about. Was there an improvement? Yeah, big improvement. I actually had to turn these guys down quite a bit from testing them on some things. It got to the point where it was, really, it probably would be annoying in a movie if they were shaking that hard. So I did some tuning with them, got them down a little bit. The BS-1's up here in the front seat. Yeah, they hit harder, and I mean punch. And they also go lower. The extension seems to be lower. There's a scene on that Atmos demo disc from Unbroken. They're going to bomb somewhere. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I want to get a chance to do that. They're flying along in the bomber, and they drop the bombs. It's going to light it up like Christmas. Before on the old bass shakers, you would hear it on my subs, you know, boom, and you'd feel a slight little rumble in the seats. On these guys, you see them drop the bomb, you see it light up, and then, I mean, it really, almost like it, you get put into the movie like it shakes there's like a concussion from the explosion that shakes the fuselage of the plane, and you really feel like you're there. So that I didn't feel before, so that leads me to believe that they are going lower. And then it's just a lot of lower extension that I haven't been experiencing with the other ones. So the front seats are often, like I said, I had to turn, like I had them almost cranked all the way up on the old one. Now I have it more like 2/3 of the way up, and probably going to take it down a little bit. On the back seats, I thought it wouldn't be enough power to run all 4 shakers, but man, was I mistaken. It's like crazy back there. I have that at like halfway. I guess it's partly due to the platform or the riser that it's on. I've talked about it in my other videos. It's actually made out of bed frames with 3/4 OSD glued to it, carpet on. Yeah, I've talked about it in the other videos. Go check it out. I'll put it up here again. Definitely an unconventional build, but what it does is it allows the bass. Well, I do have 2 subs back there too. And I was actually getting like a near field effect from them, along with the bass shakers. Man, it is crazy back there. It's really awesome, and it allows. Before it was kind of weak, the bass from the bass shakers, because they were little tiny ones, but now it allows everybody in the room to get the full effect. Yeah. Am I satisfied? Yes, yes, and yes. A big fat yes. Man, like I said earlier, I was just looking around and these guys were on sale, some repackaged ones or reboxed, whatever they call it, for like half price. They're normally like, actually less than half price. They're usually like $57, $58. They were on sale for $23 a piece. So I am so glad I caught that sale and got this set up. So, again, am I satisfied? Absolutely. Should you add bass shakers? Yeah. It's very inexpensive to do. Of course, like I said, you know, you can do it for around, you know, for a theater like this, it's a $200 addition that will be a total game changer. So thanks for hanging out. I'll see you again pretty soon. I got to talk about some differences that I've made, some more upgrades that I've actually made to the theater. Put in a new receiver, some side speakers, rear Atmos, and man, it sounds like a totally different theater now. I'll be back real soon to talk about that, but hey, have a great day. See you soon.